Hi team, I am coming at you from Screencast-O-Matic, which is a phone website that you might enjoy checking out. And here are some ideas for possibly exploring the question, who am I? This month's trait for the IB is inquirer. So I have suggested doing a video compilation and maybe having students put together some videos of themselves explaining the answers to the following 4 questions, which are all kind of related to who am I. Here's my example. The story of my name. Well, my name is Ted, and my real name is Edward Albert. I was named after both of my grandfathers. My dad's dad is Edward, although nobody called him Edward, everybody called him Okie. My mom's dad is named Albert, and my dad really wanted me to be named after his dad. He really wanted me to be named Edward, but my mom said, you know what, no one is called Edward. We don't even call your dad Edward, so I refuse. Let's call him Teddy. And so I was Teddy for a really long time in elementary school, and then when I moved to middle school, I felt like Teddy was childish, and it became Ted. I've been there ever since. The story of my arrival at ISP. Well, as many of you know, I was living in Brazil working and teaching for about 8 years. My wife and I got pregnant, and then we realized that we couldn't afford to continue working in Brazil, so I applied for an international teaching position, and luckily for me, Vicky emailed and said, hey, would you like to come check out what our program is like? And so we did, and we liked it, and we've been very happy here for the last 3 years. How do I feel about school? I love school, and I've always loved school. I loved being a student, and even when I was a student, I loved stories about school. One of my favorite series growing up was the Little House on the Prairie series by Laura Ingalls Wilder, in which she becomes a teacher. And another one of my favorite series was the Anne of Green Gables series, in which the main character also becomes a teacher. One of my favorite movies growing up was Dead Poets Society, which was all about teaching. And as most of you know by now, my favorite book series is Harry Potter, which is, of course, set at school. So everything I love about learning, and I love school. And I have hoped to convey that to my students throughout the many years of my career. Question number 4, something no one knows about me. Well, I mentioned how much I love school, but what if I wasn't in school? What if I did a different job? What I would really love to do is just quit everything and then really study piano and then play piano in like a restaurant or a bar and kind of be like Billy Joel in the Piano Man video. That's something I would love to do. Anyway, that's some information about me. So my idea is have students answer these 4 questions, maybe using just their camera on their phone or on their computers, and create some kind of compilation video about your advisory. Play to their strengths. Anyway, I'm going to close this now because it's getting to be a long video and I don't want to waste your time. But I appreciate you watching. Thanks a lot.